in order for these beings to live the way they do and do what they do, they know things that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to do things that we can't do. And it's not that they are interdimensional. Even they may be. I'm not saying they're not,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have to be interdimensional to be able to do some of these things. One of the things that I've looked into over the years has been infrasound. And what if they're able to use infrasound to make you not see them?
Mm.
It messes with your head, and it causes you to have some sort of, not complete blindness, but maybe they're able to dissipate your focus to the point where you don't see them anymore and they disappear. People talk about, there's a people have watched them walk off into a shimmer. They start dissipating into like a fog or a mist. Maybe there's something about infrasound that's affecting people, that's causing them not only to have them disappear in front of their eyes, but people are having missing time, and people are getting sick. People are having all kinds of things happen. People call it the woo, and maybe it is the woo. But I've looked into that infrasound stuff, and there was an occasion. Happened to a couple of my former members. One of the members has passed away, and the other member, she left the group because she felt like that there was something um, deviant and evil about the whole situation. So she backed out. She just
Mm.
left. She didn't want any more to do with it. But he and her, they went to a place in Tennessee called Baker Creek. And this was a place where Scott Carpenter did some of his research. I think he done quite a bit of his research there. And as they got out of the truck and they were going to walk into the woods and look around, she had a video camera and she was going to record. And when he got out of the truck, when his name was John, when John got out of the truck, he was just suddenly ill. He got very sick, and nauseated and headache and all these kinds of things. And he said, I can't stay. Something's wrong. I've got to go. So they get back in the truck and they drive back out of this area. And he's not gone a mile maybe. And he feels better. He feels completely better. And he says, I think we can go back. I think we'll be okay. So he turns around, they go back to the location. He gets out and he starts feeling sick again. Well, she's got her camera and she's recording. She walks around the truck and steps between him and the tree line, and his sickness goes away. And
Hmm.
she's not affected at all. It's not affecting her. She's not sick. And she's filming the tree line. And suddenly the trees come alive, and there are screams and there are howls, and trees start shaking and things are thrown, and it's just bedlam in the wood line. And she's filming all this. And well, they've decided they're not getting into the woods. They're leaving. They're not going to do this. So they get back in the truck and they leave. And as they're leaving, she watches the video that she just took, and none of that happened. And the trees weren't moving. There was no howling. There was no shaking. There was no screaming. None of that was going on. Her camera caught nothing. And I've told some people this before, and they said, well, wow, that's interesting. They have this ability to control the camera. I said, no, they had control over my friends, and they were manipulating their minds to see what was going on,
Mm.
when in fact it didn't happen at all. And I believe they're able to do that with infrasound.